All right, for my next slide here is chapter 20, which is action research. I started out with the objectives again. First thing we're going to look at is what is action research, because before this chapter, I didn't know what it was. So I'm under the assumption, maybe wrongly, that you guys are in the same boat. Number 2 is the 5 phases of action research, and then 3 is what does successful action research actually look like. So the first thing is just basically, what is it? What is action research? In education, action research is studies conducted by colleagues in the school focus on the studying the outcomes of their actions to improve instruction. So what that means is this is reflective research looking at our instructional practices. So specifically diving in and looking at, has our PD been working? If not, how do we fix it? And how do we build a plan to help fix it? So if this can be anything relating to the classroom. So there are 5 phases on this. And the first one is the selective focus. So this is where you look at what instructional area will be targeted. Basically, what area is the most need. From there, we move to the need assessment, which is phase 2. This is where data is gathered on specific area for the analysis and a baseline for future comparisons. So I think that baseline is one of the more important parts so that we can help study growth moving forward. Phase 3 is where you design your action plan. These are the plans for solving the problem and are developed including how success will be evaluated. Blah. So basically just looking at how will we be successful, what does successful look like, and what do we need to get to that point. Then you carry out the action plan. Simply put, the plan is put in place. And then finally, you're going to evaluate the effects and revise. So the data is evaluated based on the outcome. It is either completed, revised, or redone completely. So you might be done, you might need to make some tweaks, or you just might need to scrap it and try again. And activities for action plan, I enjoy having concrete examples of what something will be. And these are specific actions or specific activities you include in your action plans. So direct assistance activities, where somebody is directly helping. Evaluation of teaching activities, so maybe peer-to-peer, administrator to peer, observation and evaluation of activities. Group development activities, so PDs, looking back at the group work would be a great scenario to put this into. Professional development activities, which I'm sure we're all aware of, and then curriculum development activities, equally aware of. So here's the attributes for a successful plan. So when looking at our plans, this is the things that we are wanting to have. It needs to be a diverse group of school members. Ding, ding, ding. There's our inclusive leadership again, including different people from around the building, whether, any kind of diversity. I think specifically here it would be important to include grade level diversity, kind of getting some of that vertical planning. The supervisors distribute duties but are actively involved. So as supervisors, we will be distributing what's happening, but we need to be involved in all of them. I think we can all relate to when administrators aren't actively engaged. So this is something we're going to want to do, is be actively engaged with each group, regardless of what's happening. The research is grounded in data. So looking back, that was one of the things, collecting that data in the beginning. So we need to have data that proves if we're doing better or worse, however that data is collected. The action plan needs to include small and whole group collaboration, relating right back to small group that I did in chapter 17. Then the process is collaborative and step by step. So as the administrator, as the supervisor, we are leading the step-by-step process and trying to make a collaborative environment. So how to include inclusive leadership. I think this is one where action plans are more of a framework that we can follow, and this inclusive leadership will be involved everywhere. So obviously off the bat, you can include your school-wide objectives. We can include diverse groups, including different people in these groups in the action plan. And I think one key thing here would be looking at whatever we are trying to study, ensuring that it is not something that can be changed regarding any kind of diverse groups. So what I'm kind of meaning by that is that What we are studying is more of a problem on its own that doesn't include any kind of diversity discussions. So the problem is something that can be fixed regardless of where we come from or what our backgrounds are. Because you get into that personal beliefs and things like that, then the problem's not going to be addressed. So finding more of a concrete, data-proven area that we're going to adjust. And then this was a short, sweet chapter. I think the action plan is something really important. Looking at it more of just a plan to how to address weak areas in our school. So my question was, as a future administrator and thinking about action research, how will you foster group development that is inclusive and collaborative? So I'll leave that for you guys to answer in the discussion board. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll help out the best I can. Look forward to hearing our discussions. Nice job, everybody.